Welcome back to the table. So my 15 minutes turned into like an hour and a half, and I accidentally just stepped on my dog. Apologies there. She's okay. Sorry. See, I'm just having a blunder of a time here. Yeah, I made the mistake of trying to upload these videos, and apparently an hour-long YouTube video takes a lot longer than I thought to upload. So we are ready. We're in the middle of the scouting stage. We scouted Aragorn. Aragorn got his master tactician ability, and you would think that if with all this time between the videos, I would have been smart enough to shuffle everything before we started, but I was not. So I'm shuffling right now real quick. So here we go. Here's Gimli. Gimli only gets to draw 2. And so he already has 4 equipped, so I need to be careful. If I take one of these, I have to discard 1. And I'm going to go ahead and discard his honed agility. Nope, his clever wit. I'll discard that one, and then equip, and then discard this one. And just bear in mind, with Aragorn's ability, I'm going to then use that to draw 3. That was the reason why I was equipping and discarding. So here we got some nice ones, and so this one will help him for an upcoming battle, even though he's nowhere near a battle spot at this point. And yes, this means that Aragorn has to go first, which I'm not super... In fact, what I'm going to do is Legolas is still going to go first, so that means Legolas does not get to benefit from Aragorn's scouting ability before he takes his turn. So this is just going to be a straight up 2-card scout, and then I have to stop with Legolas. Because remember, these other characters are getting to do the 3-card scout because we're assuming Aragorn goes first, and then those characters are going to get to scout again before their turn starts, and that's not the case here. So I'm going to take Tireless and put Wit on bottom, and then Legolas, of course, has to stop. Moving over to Bilbo. Bilbo still has room for 1 more in his arsenal. And yes, I think it's important for Legolas to go first. We got to see what this person says. All right, Bilbo gets to draw 2. And I think I like Embrace the Darkness. So I'm going to take that one and equip it, even though it's got a success written on it. He's going to prepare that. And then he's going to discard his Simple Desires, which was a silly card anyways, and get 3. And then these are the 3 he drew. And we're going to go ahead and just prepare the weakness, and usual suspect the rest. Okay, and then last is Alina. Let's see what we can do with Alina here. Drawing. Alina gets 3. She's actually next to Aragorn. So here's the 3. The Clue Finder has been absolutely fantastic. And I do have to discard 1 because she already has 4 prepared. I'm going to go ahead and discard Elven Light. It was worthless anyways. I'm going to usual suspect the rest. Then for the Aragorn ability, I'm going to go ahead and discard nothing. I'm going to just leave it be. Okay, so we're not going to do anything with the Aragorn ability with her. Okay, so we're getting ready to start. I'm going to start with Legolas. We're going to spend our inspiration to do the Boot Scooch Boogie and get our free move, and then we're going to spend 2 actions on here if we have to. And I know this is important for the story, so I'm going to move the camera here, and rather than just reading to you what happens, and let's see what happens. You will find Evensong along the lakeshore, but persuading her will be another challenge. Let's speak. You find the dark-haired Evensong, clad in a dark blue raiment. Her song is sweet and sad, and it fades when she sees you. Hark now, who comes to speak with the lake's daughter? Turn about, go back again, and come not ever after. Evensong will sing alone, with only rain for company. So dance away and leave her be, lonely lakeside daughter. It seems like you will need to persuade Evensong of your worthy cause before she will help you. All right, so we got an inspiration, and sorry for the shaky hand there. So I don't understand at all what I'm supposed to do. Oh, Jesus. So I had to spend a whole action just to get to this. Evensong stands among the reeds by the side of the lake. She does not seem interested in anything you say about alliances. Dismissing your concerns is beneath her. My lady, we face a terrible enemy. I understand your history, but you must reconsider. I can prove this battle concerns you as well. It's either this one or this one. I don't like the first one. So let's try this one. The shore is clean, the lake is clear, the orcs never tarry. The lake is free from mortal's fear, and so is the lake's daughter. And unfortunately, spirit is the bad thing to be checking. Legolas only has 2 spirit, so this is quite awful. And of course we drew junk. We only got 1 success. I will spend the token, but I have a feeling 1 success is not going to cut the mustard here. And it doesn't. So that's it for his turn. He had to spend 2 actions to get 1 success. And that hurts. That hurts greatly. So Aragorn, of course, has to go next. And I think it's very imperative that we need another character there. Unfortunately, Aragorn doesn't have any better spirit than Legolas does. Elena's the one with the good spirit. So Aragorn's going to go and help Bilbo. So we're going to go 1, 2 like this, and then deal with this search token that Bilbo has. And I'm probably prematurely discarding it. He has to test might. So his might check is 3. And we do have 1 success, we know for sure. And then there's crap and more crap. All right, so he can spend a token. But you know what? He's going to get rid of his determined. And then we're going to discard these 2 cards and draw 2 more. So let's try that. All right, well, that's a little bit better, but not much. I don't have any... I have 1 token, so I can make a 2nd success. But I'm going to go ahead and spend this. So that's 2 successes there. And then I will spend his last token to make it 3. Aragorn is sitting right next to where Elena is. So by spending his last token, he's going to get 1 from her harp. So 1, 2, 3. He lowered himself into a... This was, by the way, a bottomless hole, it looked like. He lowered himself into the hole. He climbs down for what seems like ages, but nothing bars your way. He gains an inspiration. This is an interesting one. Eventually, he steps onto a sandy floor, the dark pressing around him. He has to test his spirit, and he can add 3 success if you ignore darkness. Okay, so we're going to add 3 success because he's on Bilbo's spot. See how he's sitting with Bilbo? And he can ignore darkness because Bilbo can spend 1 of his torches. So I'm really glad I saved that. And so his spirit is only 2. So we're going to draw 2 cards. And we got 1 success, as you can see. And he does have this card, which gives him another. So he actually had some nice equipped cards to help him. So that's 2 successes. And let me bring you over because this is getting interesting. So he has 2 successes, and we're going to add 3 because he can ignore darkness. So we're going to put in 5. Whoop, just 5. Peering about, you see the sandy floor is in fact a collection of shining gems. You collect some and climb back into the light. Lore increases by 2, gain an inspiration. All right, that was it. Shiny gems. Well, I would spend all day there. I don't know what his problem is. So we did a lot, but we really didn't count for much. But that's Aragorn's turn. And Elena is going to go ahead and go. And of course, Elena isn't helping him with the harp because he ended up getting 2 more inspiration. But she's going to move twice. Yes, she's going to move twice. So I'm trying to reach here. 1 and then 2. And she's still 1 space away from where she needs to be. So that's unfortunate, but she's at least going to help Legolas. And then we have Gimli, who's got search tokens out the yin yang over there. And then, of course, Bilbo. Again, I don't know what to do. And if they tell me we have to all gather at the same place, I'm going to scream. Because Gimli could be using these moves right now to move back. So I'm going to go ahead and search on Gimli's current spot. And he gains 2 inspiration. He didn't even have to do a test. He's already maxed out, so it was a worthless action. And so that's done. And then I'm going to go ahead and move Gimli as far away as possible because that's what I do. Last thing I want to do is leave that token there and then realize we have to come back. And then there's Bilbo. He's going to go ahead and go back into the darkness. And we're going to go to here and then resolve one of these things in the cave. He has to test his wisdom, which is not his highest suit. He only has a 2. But he has embraced the darkness, so he gets to automatically convert. He doesn't get to convert anything. He only has 1 success. I'm looking to see if there's anything to help him, and there is not. So he's actually failing this check. And it just says better safe than sorry. Because remember, this was a sulfurous stink. So he didn't make any progress. So search token's still there for a future time. Unfortunately, our turn's ending already. So I'm hitting end turn, and off we go. Okay, every hero in the darkness suffers 2 fear. I'm going to go ahead and keep the torch, like I said. And we're going to go ahead and do his spirit check, which is 3. And there we have 1, 2, 3. Now, his Embrace the Darkness skill converts this one of these automatically into a success. So he already has, mitigates 1 of the fear. And I will go ahead and spend the token to negate the other. I probably shouldn't, but I will. All right, our threat goes up by 4 because it always does, and it's going up by 10. Okay, so a boat just arrived. Our final confrontation with Adoran's forces is very near. And so 1 orc marauder is showing up near. Let me move you closer so you can see better. 1 orc marauder is showing up there. Oh my gosh. A hill troll is there. And then a ruffian is going to be where Gimli is, all the way over there. I mean, literally on Gimli's space. And then another ruffian with a special banner is going to be next to Elena here. And another ruffian. There. Okay, we get to do a scout too. Aragorn. Oh, that's not Elena. That's Aragorn that's up there. So Aragorn's near nobody. So I'm going to do this the real way now. I know he has that Master Tactician ability, but I don't think Aragorn should go first. I think Legolas and Elena are going to go as quickly as they can because we got to get this Evensong thing done. I have a feeling there might be more objectives, and the other characters have to go last. So here's Aragorn's 3, and that's his situation. I'm going to go ahead and put the wisdom one on, and usual suspect the rest. Okay, now we're moving to Gimli. He's got 4 already prepared. I don't know how he wants to do this. He had a really nice setup from the last time. Never got to use it. He is on a space with a monster. So we're gonna I'm gonna spend a token for his tome. And let me remind you what his tome does. He's scouting right now. He can deplete this item to reveal 2 additional cards and prepare 2 additional. So he's going to be able to prepare 2. And then he gains, this is not worth doing now. He's already max inspiration. He's already max prepare. Okay, yeah, we're just going to draw our 2 cards and be happy. And so these are the 2, and he won't prepare any of them. He's just going to put the Restless Axe. You know what? He's going to prepare Restless Axe, and he's going to, yes, he will. He's going to get rid of his Flame Bearer skill, because that isn't very helpful when there's nobody near him. And the Restless Axe, just as a reminder, it's going to give him a free attack action. At the start of your turn, he can discard this to attack and add 2 hits. So I always forget to add the 2 hits, by the way. Somebody pointed that out, I think, on a previous video. And yes, that is classic Jeff. I set everything up perfectly and then forget to use my skills. Okay, moving on to Legolas. Here, if we continue to try to do that one path, I'm wondering if like multiple discussions with this Eversong leads to different types of tests. You know what I mean? And right now we chose one that has Spirit, which stinks for Legolas. Like maybe a different one would have been better. But like this is not helping him at all. In fact, this is just worthless. So I'm going to take the Ill Omen and prepare that. And the Time of Need, I would like to put on top, because then I can turn that into 2 successes. But I only have 1 token. That's the problem. And Elena doesn't have a song. She might have a song by the time we're done. I'm going to put it on top, and we'll see how that plays out. It would have been nice to maybe scout Elena first. But now we're moving to Bilbo, who's now all of a sudden near some pretty nasty monsters. And so he's going to draw 2. And he's going to prepare Clever Wit. And that's an exchange, like he's going to get rid of his weakness that he had prepared and put the Tookish thing on top. And we're going to move to Elena. Elena has Undying Might, which may or may not help her. She has Immortality, which is good for resting or striking, like in battle, but in both cases, she doesn't really need it. So I'm thinking maybe we can toss that to make room. Let's see what she draws here. We get to draw 2 for Elena. And we got Clever Wit or Time of Need. I was hoping to get a song that would maybe give some tokens out, and we didn't get it. So the Clever Wit helps her in battle. I'm actually going to put both of these on the bottom and just leave her prep area as it is. So here's our pickle. We have Legolas, who's not going to be able to succeed more than once or twice, and you know he needs to interact with this token and do a spirit check, which we know is not an easy check. Or do we risk doing a different dialogue path, which may give him a better test? I don't know, honestly. But I do know that we need to get this thing talked to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Elena, And I know that one of her actions is just a move, but we're gonna do Elena first. And so we were trying, like, I think this one might bring up a different type of test, but we're doing this one for now because Elena's got really strong spirit. She has 4, in fact. So we're gonna draw 4 spirit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we drew pretty awful. So we have only one card there, or one thing that we can flip to a success. And I will do that. She'll spend her inspiration. But we only got 2 successes out of that. That's awful. She seems to be listening, gain an inspiration. So we got 1 back. And then what stinks is her turn's already over. So, yeah, not very cool, but there was not much I could do there. So now we're to Legolas. So we got to do a spirit check. So I'm going to keep trying. Okay, so Legolas is going to draw 1 and then 2. So he'll spend his token and he's going to get 2 successes. So that's the best I'm going to be able to do. And I'm not sure how exciting that is, but that's where we're at. So we're going to get 2 successes there. So let's punch those in. All right, so he gets an inspiration. So we're going to test again. This is his final action. Spirit is only 2. Before I forget, I'm taking the inspiration. Here's his 2. Okay, good. Well, at least he succeeded twice. I was expecting it to be even worse. All right, so your words are winning ones. Evensong places a hand over her heart. Spring and summer come and go, and mortal lives are fleeting. Lake and river stand aloof, mortals never minding. But dark comes the autumn now, and darker comes the winter. Evensong shall be your aid in the coming battle. Rest now your weary heads, and banish your heart's worry. Sleep now on the lake shore, and dream of a great victory. You waken again, this time on the banks of a small stream. Evensong is nowhere to be seen, but a nearby Golgotar and his guards stand around a table. They have not yet noticed your arrival. The heroes win! You earned a powerful ally in Evensong. You must now face Golgotar and Adoran on the battlefield. Lore increases by 2, and everybody gets 4 experience. Okay, I'm very pleased with that. Okay, that was a mission that I liked. It rewarded me for going in every direction. It rewarded me for, trying to turn over things as I went. That was a mission I very much liked. I wish some of the other ones were more like that. I can see how it can take a lot longer, because if you get there and you talk to the townspeople, then you realize you got to go to this cave, and you got to send somebody there. I can see all that. But the thing is that because I properly explored everywhere in even directions, by the time I got to the townspeople, I had already found their stolen items in the cave. By the time I got to the townspeople, I had already, recovered the poem, Even the blacksmith required a couple extra things, but we were right there and we were able to do it within 1 turn. That's the way I like to do missions. And so I just wish more of them were that organized. So anyways, I think this is the final chapter. And we're going to definitely be, and it's a battle map. And if we lose the whole campaign. I know that's hard to read, but that's what it's saying. So I have a buttload of experience. I need to really look through the cards and see if I really want something else, because maybe that'll help. But let me just show you as an example. This is like the hunter class. I mean, there's some nice cards in here, but see, none of them are successes. So we have like 3 of them here that are just plain awful unless you prepare them. And then these ones aren't bad because you can at least spend determination tokens. But unless you're only going to be using them primarily for their strike capability or for their sprint or their strike again. And then you're discarding them. That's why I haven't been taking them. So I think I'm not going to spend any experience points. I mean, that's the thing. I just, it's to me is the biggest flaw of this game. This game just does not have a good experience point system, and I don't like the skills. I don't find them very valuable or helpful. I do feel very sour about that part of it. I don't mind the Gloomhaven-ish deck management. I just think the skills should be better. And I don't know, implemented differently for sure. So from that perspective, I'm, I know I'm sort of giving my opinion on the game, but it's just how I feel. I mean, do I hate the game? No, by no means do I feel that way. It just, this game could be better. And it leaves a very sour feeling with me regarding to the leveling up and the experience points does not seem satisfying. I mean, I'm sitting here with a character that has, sorry, I'm just cleaning up while I'm chatting. I have 23 experience points when the topmost skill costs 12 to take, right? I have 23 experience points with most of my characters, and I'm not spending them. Like, that's a broken game, if you ask me. Now, you could say, oh, those cards are great. You're just, not playing properly. Well, that's fine and dandy if you're saying that, but to me, the game's broken. I don't find those skills to be helpful. All they do is clutter up my deck with more failures when I'm trying to pass. And that's not a good deck. And, what's the chances of, let's say I do a Scout 3. How many cards are in this deck, right? What's the chances I'm going to draw the card so I can prepare it? It's low. It's low, folks. Use some math. I mean, you guys went to math class. Pass. Demonstrate that you've passed and that you understand how math works, because those odds are not in your favor. It's this isn't the Hunger Games. May the odds forever be in your favor. It's just not going to be. I mean, of course you're going to luck out sometimes and it will work in your favor, but it is primarily not going to. And so it is a very, very stupid choice to take those. There might be one that is worth taking, but again, I have 23 experience points. I have enough to take 3 or 4 of them. Because all the 12-point ones are gone already, folks. I've already taken those, so there's only 7-point left. So with 23 points left, I can take 3 7-point skills, and if I am only taking the 3-pointers, I can take even more. They're just not worth it. I mean, maybe you'll find one card in there that's worth it, and I'm just not giving it enough time to think it through. But even at just one card, it's still a broken system, if you ask me. And yes, I'm just using this time to shuffle and prepare for the next match. So I'm giving you my opinions, which I think none of these are new. I've probably already given these opinions several times throughout the playthrough. Has the game redeemed itself for me? Yes, it's a decent game. I think with some expansion packs, this could go in a very positive direction. I think it could also go in an awful direction. It's like at a crossroads to me. And a large part of it is I really think that they need to rethink the skills and how those are implemented, or make the skills a tad more beneficial. Like, let's say I get an expansion pack. Are they just going to give me 2 more classes? And if they give me 2 more classes, I'm not going to be very thrilled about that. If they give me more skills to add to the currently existing classes and they have successes written on them, then all of a sudden I'm interested. I think it's going to be pretty cool. it is my understanding that if I were to, like, let's say, switch to the Pathfinder class, which is the only other class in the game, I would actually have to get rid of all my cards. So in other words, those 12-point cards that I have in my deck, I can't keep them. You know, there's no such thing as dual classing in this game, where you get to keep all the cards that you gained from one class and then switch to another, and you literally are starting back at square one. And if I switch to, like, the Pathfinder class, I'm only using the Pathfinder cards in my deck, and I have to take out all of the captain cards or whichever class I used. So anyways, so I know I spent some time talking here, and I've been, you know, trying to prepare for the next match, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the video so you don't have to hear me ramble, largely because I don't have anything else to say. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep setting up for the next mission, and I'll bring you to the screen where we're gonna see our new upgrades. I know we got plenty of lore, so we should be able to get to that level 3 axe, and some of the really cool items that I was telling you I was concerned we would not be able to get. We're going to be able to get them just in time for the final battle, but I am pleased we're at least going to get them. I do wish I would have gotten them a little earlier, but I was one lore short on most of these items, so I think the game really is designed that if you play it right, you could get them a little earlier than I did. But anyways, thanks for watching. Stay awesome. See you in a few minutes.